they have been targeting high-profile individuals and entities with a clear intent, using information they obtain to meddle in British politics.
Britain and allies from the Five Eyes intelligence community have accused Russia's FSB intelligence service of carrying out a years-long attack against high-profile individuals, including MPs, think tanks, organizations, institutions, and journalists around the world, principally complex targeted spear phishing attacks. The National Cyber Security Council here in the UK, which is a branch of GCHQ, the Government Signals Intelligence Service, has named an organization, an entity, a hacking group, Star Blizzard, which it says is part of Center 18, which is part of Russia's, subordinate to Russia's FSB intelligence service. So often with these attacks, agencies, cyber security experts know they're happening, they can recognize them. One of the difficulties is attributing them and linking the organizations behind the attacks to state actors. But that is what we've had today. Very clear guidance from these 5 countries. That's the UK, America, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, saying that these attacks have been carried out by a branch of Russia's FSB intelligence service. Indeed, here in the UK, we understand from Government Minister Leo Doherty that the Russian ambassador in London has been summoned to the Foreign Office, and at least 2 Russian individuals, one of them an FSB officer, are being sanctioned as a result of these attacks. My understanding is that so far Russia has not responded, but Russia has in the past denied responsibility for any involvement in these attacks. It appears to be their position is just to take a blanket denial of any involvement in any of these kinds of cyber activities. The organization that has issued this information today, the National Cyber Security Council, is primarily concerned with cyber defense, and their message includes guidance for individuals and organizations on how to keep themselves protected. In one sense, that information, that guidance is pretty basic. It's about having, a decent password. It's about enabling things like 2-factor authentication. But they also talk about considering your social media usage, especially if you're using social media for work and for personal use, about how much information about your private life you might share on social media, because the nature of these targeted attacks is the individuals behind them study information in the public domain on social media about the person they're targeting. So if you put a lot of information about yourself online, that information may be used against you. That information may be used to target an attack, to try and pretend to be someone that the attackers are not, to gain your trust and your confidence. They talk about that. They also talk about more advanced measures that people might be able to take, but there's no silver bullet in this in terms of cyber defense. Of course, in terms of your question, what options do the organizations, the countries making these claims have? Beyond cyber defense, of course, the countries involved also maintain aggressive cyber attack capabilities, but they're unlikely to respond perhaps as immediately, directly, and certainly not to avow any cyber response that they might make in response to today's announcement.